Hello and welcome to Paducah Parks and Recreation. I'm Ginger Rose and this is SharQui, the belly dance workout. If you're new to SharQui and you're including this as a part of your New Year's resolution, thank you and welcome. Today we're going to take it a little bit slower. I want to break down the technique, break down the steps that we use most frequently, and that way you've got an idea of what you're doing. I promise you, slower is not easier. Slower is harder. So, if you're someone who has been doing this for a while and you want to keep your heart rate up, you're always welcome to come up on releve on any of the moves, any of the steps. You know, drop them down, come back up on the toes, drop them down, come back up on the toes. Or go a little faster if you feel confident with it. But I wanted to break down the steps that we use frequently. That way when we do it up to speed, you have that confidence. You know you're not going to injure yourself. You know, you don't want to keep doing it if it's uncomfortable. So, first things first, let's discuss posture. Posture is always with the shoulders back and down, straight over the hips. You want to have your feet hip distance apart. And that's not the roundness of your hips, that's where your hip bones are. So it doesn't matter about that. Just right below your hips. And you want to have the shoulders in line with the hips, and then you want to drop down just slightly from the hips to the heels with the knees slightly bent. If you're straight up, it limits what you can do through the hip area. If you drop down, that opens all that back up again and gives you that freedom to move and use those muscles to their capacity. So always remember your posture. Your arms, you want them where you can see your hands in your peripheral vision. So about out to the hips. Don't want them too far forward, don't want them too far back. Just right here, and you want to be able to see them all the way up and all the way down. Don't want the shoulders too far forward, don't want the shoulders too far back. Nice drop down, slightly wet between the waist and hips, right in there. So, and of course all these arm movements, we move and do things. So, but this is your core. This is where you start. This is your set dance frame. So, it may feel weird in the beginning, but trust me, it's going to be a lot better. So, always remember shoulders back and down, hips, heels, knees slightly bent, hands between waist and hips in your peripheral vision. Okay, that's good. Go ahead and march it out. I'm going to get you warmed up, get some stretches going, and then we'll work into some of these steps. So, let's start on the right. Right. Alrighty. Now, the ones I'm going to show you first, shoulder shimmy and hip shimmy, I frequently use as holding positions. Those are the things that can keep your heart rate up and going, but it gives me an opportunity to show you a new step or where we're going next. That way you're not having to stumble right into something you're not quite ready for. So, let's go ahead and step that up a little bit. Bring up those knees, shake those hips. Anytime you're doing any sort of walking, keep it down in those knees and swing those hips. That's what it's all about. It's called belly dance, but it's really more hips. Trust me. And if you had some Christmas cookies and it gave you a little bit more jiggle, you know what? That makes shimmying easier. So go for it. It's all about having fun. We're going to dance our way into this new year and hopefully throughout the year. Live or here, whichever works. Okay. So let's go ahead and hold that. Let's go ahead and roll those shoulders back. See, I'm just forward and back. Nice little circle here. And that's 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll it forward. Open up those shoulder blades. If you've been stuck at a computer, this will help. Forward, 3, 2, Excellent. Go ahead and bring that arm across. Nice little stretch in the back of the deltoids. Excellent. Release. Press that other one. Beautiful. Take the head, ear to shoulder. Press the left hand down. Nice long stretch through the top of that deltoid into the neck. If you want a little bit more, just rest that hand on top. Don't pull, just rest. Let the weight of the hand do the work. Oh, and don't forget to breathe. All right, release, release, bring that head up, tip it ear to shoulder, press that hand down, rest that hand on top. Excellent. Release, release, bring that hand up. Let's roll our head, chin from side to side. Now all the way around. And reverse. This was not the day not to wear a ponytail. Good. All right. So, let's start off with the shoulder shimmy. You've seen this done a lot. It's a basic move. Like I said, this is one of our holding patterns. So basically what you want to do, get into position, and you're going to, it's an action from the waist up, and it's really pushing that shoulder forward, so you're turning it, and all the action is right here. So this is going to get all those nice oblique muscles, so you don't have to do all those side crunches. This will do it for you. And you just kind of tap that shoulder forward, 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 forward. So let's practice it slow, and then we'll bring it up to tempo. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now a little faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. As you can see, I'm just bringing that shoulder forward and back, and it's twisting from the waist up. It's not the shoulders going up and down. They're going forward, forward, back, forward, back, forward, back, forward, back. Good. And that will be added to what we call layering, where you may be doing this with another move. You know, it's quite possible I'll add something to it. You know, there's always options. That's the fun thing about belly dance. Okay, so let's speed it up just a little bit more. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. So just that twist right at the upper torso with the shoulders going front and back. Good. All right. That should get things nice and warmed up in there. While we're warm and we're talking about this, let's talk about snake arms. So, posture, and you're going to lift the elbow, lift the wrist, lift the knuckles, release the fingers, like you're just flicking something away. So it's elbow, wrist, knuckles, fingers. Elbow, wrist, knuckles, fingers. Elbow, wrist, knuckles, fingers. So up, and you just smooth it out. But it's still elbow, wrist, knuckles, finger, elbow, wrist, knuckles, finger. A little bit of a twist in that rotator cuff, but it's all right there. It's all in front, so it's not going to hurt anything. And you just roll that out. Think about those little wind sock people at car dealerships. You know how they whip. But you don't want to do your arms that drastic. It's just the fingers, 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 fingers. And you bring it forward. It's still shoulders, elbows, wrists, knuckles, fingers. Even when you go up, in that case it would be elbows, wrists, knuckles, fingers. It's the same movement, but just in a different way. You do a couple of those for a while, you'll get warm, trust me. But that's a basic snake arms. Excellent for the shoulders, for the triceps, biceps, forearms. Good for the wrists and fingers. Belly dance is so much more than just the belly or the hips. Everything is working together to get the whole feeling of the dance for you. Good. All right. So basic snake arms, and like I said, we can do all kinds of variations, but it's always going to be elbow, wrist, knuckles, fingers. It just depends on where you're putting it. All right. So that's the upper for a little bit. Let's talk about this hip shimmy. This is like the granddaddy. This is the one you're going to do, and it's also fantastic. If you don't have a whole lot of space, you can just do a shimmy and work up that cardio. It's amazing. So again, with your posture, shoulders, hips, heels, drop down. And this really comes into play in the hip shimmy. So you're down in your posture. You're going to straighten one leg. See how that pistons up the hip. And don't push out. It's up underneath your armpit. And then you shift to the other. Bent, straight. Straight, bent. Bent, straight. Straight, bent. It's like it's doing a little 40s number here, but it's just your knees. So it's up, 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 up. Straight, 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 straight. Now, if you were trying to do this without having your legs bent in that position, it's going to be doing this. And that doesn't look as nice. So drop down, bring it up. Think about what you're doing. Think about bringing that hip up into the armpit. That'll get into those obliques as well. It also gets into the gluteus maximus because you're pressing that rump up every time. You clench, 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 clench. Really get the workout going. Just speed it up. 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now you can also do this on the floor. And this is a very basic Egyptian shimmy. There are hundreds of shimmies, but this is one we use a lot in SharQui because you can do so much with it. You can make it as big and crazy as you want. But if you just do that, the friction alone will get it warm. No, I'm kidding. Maybe not. But up, 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 up. Don't push it out. Keep it all right underneath you. Your feet and hip bones are right there together. So up, 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 up. Now there is a down, 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 down. And it looks very similar, but it's where you're thinking about where you're putting your emphasis. So up, 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 down, 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 down. You always have to have an up to have a down. So if you're stuck, drop down a little bit lower. That gets into those quads, and that's what keeps the cardio going no matter what, is because everything's in a slight crouch. So let's do this slow. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. See, you speed it up. Just depends on how quickly you want to do it. Relax the gluteus maximus. Let it jiggle. That's what makes all the neat things. And we can do all kinds of different arm movements as you're doing this. There you go. All right. Woo! I'm already sweating. I don't know about you. That one's a good one. Now, you can also do a single leg shimmy, and that can have the weight on one leg, and you kind of come up slightly on the toe, and it's still that right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. So it's still that idea. Or you can even put the weight back and right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. So there's variations on it, but basically drop down, straight, 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 like you're pedaling a bicycle. Okay, so another one is our pretty stance, and you're going to have your weight on your main leg. I'm going to use left first. So weight is on the left foot, and you're going to bring that right slightly up onto the ball of your foot. And the whole idea of that is that gives you that freedom to move around in there. So with the hip drop, it goes up under the armpit, drop. So you pick it up, straight up underneath the armpit, drop it down. Up, drop, up, drop, up, drop, up, drop. Do that for a little while. That standing leg's going to be crying. And you can speed that up, so it's up, down, So really, the weight is on your left, which gives all this the freedom. You're pushing on the ball of that foot with the quad. You're using your side obliques, not necessarily inside, but on the sides, picking that up and down. Don't get out here. It's not this. Everything's straight up and down. Up, down, up, down. Now there's also down, up, down, up, down, up. Looks similar, but again, it's that emphasis on where you're putting it. So let's go back to just up, up, down. So 4, 3, 2, 1, down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, if you feel confident with that, there's variations on the theme. You can let it slip every other. So it's drop, slip, drop, slip. So you're just letting that foot kind of slide out. It's not a big kick. No showgirls. Drop, and it kind of slips out. Drop, slip, and you do it like every other. So drop, slip, drop, slip, drop, slip, drop, slip. Now, if you really want to get crazy with it, sometimes I'll add a knee with it. So you can go drop, slip, drop, knee, drop, slip, drop, knee. Possibility. But let's practice that drop, slip, or they'll call it a kick. But it's more like a slide out. So it's drop, kick, 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 drop, kick. There you go. Let's give that one a break. Let's put it over here. Let's do the same thing on this other side. So your weight is on your other leg, up in pretty stance on the other one. You're going to pick that hip up, drop it down, up, drop it down, up, drop it down. So up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Let's bring that up to speed. 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right up in the armpit. This is a fun one. There you go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely. Let's do the little kick with that one as well. So we're going to go drop, slip, 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 drop, slip. Let's bring that up to speed. 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop, slip, drop, slip, drop, slip. Excellent. All right, last torture of the day. We're going to do a horizontal hip figure 8. So remember your stance, shoulders down, down into the knees. Turn your hips at an angle. Push it out and push it back to the behind you. So we're aiming that hip out, pushing it behind. Hip, behind, hip, behind. And once you get more confident with it, try to keep the upper body as still as possible, but let that just roll all the way around. So, front, around, front, around, front, around, front, around. There you go. So, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. This is the one we use mostly in SharQui. Now there's all variations on this as well. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And one nice big hip circle because they're just so pleasant. Go ahead and push that belly out. Weights on the back of the heels. You're bowing your body out to the front. You're going to roll it to the side. You're going to stick your bottom out, but keep your back straight. Roll it to the other side. Stick that belly out. Let me show you to the front. So it's like, oh, I ate so many cookies. Roll it to the side. Oh, I think I'll just sit here for a minute. Release to the back. Booty back, back straight, in front. Roll it to the side. Bring it to the front. So 1, back, side, front, side, back, side, front, side, back, side, reverse, right, left, side, back, side, front, side, back, side, front, side, back, side, front. That's a wonderful stretch all through those hip flexors, the side of the gluteus maximus. Get up in there. Wonderful, wonderful stretch. So, now you've got some basics. Next time, come live, come virtual. Just come dance anyway. But come join us. We'll be doing this at Paducah Parks and Recreation Center. Come dance all through the new year. Because, heck, why not? Thank you for joining me. I hope I helped with your goals and your resolutions. And come see me and we'll dance in person. Thanks.